Hi, Sleepy Bear. Hi, Sleepy Milo. Are you being a good craft buddy today? Are you being a good craft buddy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You are, aren't you? Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. I love you. Let's go make a card, okay? Okay. I love you. We'll have snacks when we're all done. Yeah, we will.
Hi everyone, this is Jenna from Brown Dog Craft Company, and today we're making a spring bunny themed birthday card using the Pretty Pink Posh Winter Mug Easter Mug Editions die set. So I used a couple things from that die set along with the border from a Mama Elephant frame. The die set is called Madison Avenue Dies. And I cut the frame out of that rainbow paper in the back there, and then the inside from some yellow pattern paper. And then here I'm laying out all of the pieces from the Easter Mug Edition dies. I've got the carrots, I've got the little garden stick, some Easter eggs, the mug filling, the bunny ears, some flowers, and then the pieces that make the face for the little bunny. So a little bit of die cutting for prep, but it's not too bad. So then we're going to start assembling everything here. So first thing I did is I took this cute little bow tie that I cut from some pink pattern paper, and there's like the little center of the bow. So I glued that on, and then I'm gluing on all of the centers for these cute little flowers that come in the set. The die cuts out the flower and the center at the same time. And then for the ears, I cut the mug out of some Nina 110 pound white cardstock, and then I cut the inside of the mug, so whether it's coffee or hot cocoa, that's from some light brown cardstock. And then to give it a little bit of dimension, I took my Simon Says Positively Saturated ink in mocha and ink blended some of the mocha on the outsides of the coffee or hot cocoa. And I also blended some of the mocha onto the sign to give the sign some dimension too. Then I took the sherbet ink, and I'm going to take each one of the carrots and ink blend that onto one side of each of them and give those some dimension. These carrots are really cute. So there's the first one, and then I'm going to repeat that for the second and the third carrot. I have 3 carrots total on the card. I'm using my small blending brush here. It gives me a little bit more control than a large blending brush. So a little bit easier to get just the ink blending on one side of the carrot and not the whole thing all together. Then I'm going to take flannel, which is the lightest shade in the trio, and I'm going to ink blend just a little bit onto the bunny's ears and then the mug for the bunny. I want them to still appear like the bunny and the mug is white, but to give it a little dimension and make it look like the mug is curved, I'm going to add some shadows in on the outside of the mug. So just ink blending a little bit of that flannel ink on either side of the mug with my small blending brush again. So then these are the little insides of the ears, which I die cut from Hero Arts Peony cardstock. And I'll put a little bit of glue on the back of those and use my reverse tweezers to glue the insides of the ears on. These ears are just so cute. I can't get over how cute they are. So the ears are done. The mug itself is really easy to put together. So the carrots, they come with these little leafy greens that you can die cut. So I die cut the greens from some green polka dot pattern paper that I had in my stash. First I glued the center leaf on, and then I glued a leaf on either side of that. So each carrot looks slightly different. Add a little bit more glue to that one. And then I'm just setting them off to the side to dry. So there is a little slit in the mug, so you could put something in the front. I tried putting the ears in the front down into that little slit, but I liked how they looked behind the mug better. So that's where I'm going to glue those on. Just put a little bit of glue behind and then press and hold down for 10 seconds or so to let that glue adhere. And it already looks like a bunny, even without a face. And then I'm going to add the mug contents. Makes me want some coffee. Now there's this cute little mouthpiece, and then you can die cut out a separate nose, and then there's these two little eyelashes, these eyes with eyelashes, and you could have them up or down. I think I started up here and then decided that I liked them flipped around, so it looks like the bunny eyes are like the bunny's looking down with her eyes closed. I realized I die cut the mouth from pink and the nose from black, and I wanted it the other way around, so I'm just going to quickly die cut the mouth from black and the nose from pink, and then glue that down to the card with the black first and then the pink for the nose. There we go, that looks better. Flip the eyes around. I'm using my embellishment wand to help me pick up these little pieces because they are pretty teeny tiny. Add just a little bit of glue. I feel like if you maybe left the ears off, this could even be like a little bear, or you can maybe somehow make a kitty. It does come with a different set of eyes too, so you could make it a boy bunny. And you can also make this, there's a little chick that you can make with this die set. And maybe a chicken too. So there's also a little spoon for the cup that I'm not using because I'm using that garden stick, but you could add the spoon too. So I think I add the the bow to the little bunny's ear, sort of like a hair bow. And here I'm taking the Simon Says Stamp Happy Days Ahead stamp set. And on the little garden stick, I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday in the mocha ink. It just fits perfectly on that little sign. So I'm using my Misty to position it, and in my Misty I've got a sticky mat. The sticky mat really helps hold small things down like this. So now I'm going to play around with where I want everything to go on my card. The mug looks super cute with those dies. Add some carrots behind the bunny ears. I thought maybe originally I wanted that third carrot up on top, but I end up putting it on the bottom, kind of behind the mug. The third carrot just kind of got covered up behind the little bunny ear. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the front of the carrots and then position them behind the mug where they look good, and just hold them there with my fingers while the glue dries. Got some glue on my hands. I think I'll put the sign on the other side to sort of balance out the mug. And here's where I decide I think the carrot belongs on the bottom. It looks best there. And I still have some of those cute little eggs to add on too, so we'll put those at the bottom. So we'll put that carrot down toward the bottom of the yellow panel. And then I'll add some foam squares behind the mug and the carrots. When I was adding the foam squares to the carrots, I didn't add any foam squares to the leafy parts of the carrot, and I didn't add any foam squares to the outside of the sign that says Happy Birthday, because I wanted those things to overlap the panel, that little rainbow panel that I'm going to put on. So I'll end up just putting glue behind those to hold those down. And then for these smaller parts, I'm just taking my foam squares and using my scissors and cutting them in half so that they fit nicely behind the smaller parts. And then I drop everything. I like to make sure there's plenty of foam behind everything, just so that things don't get squished down in the mail. So I tend to use a lot of foam tape, and that's okay. So then I'm also going to add some foam behind this frame, and I'm using Simon Says Stamp foam strips. And I really like these because the backing comes off so easily. Some foam strips, especially these thin ones, it's so hard to get the backing off. And this backing, I don't want to say it falls off because it doesn't fall off, but almost. As soon as you go to start taking it off, it pretty much comes up super easy. So no complaints there. It doesn't stick to your scissors too much. It just works really well. So then we'll peel all the backing off. And then I'm going to kind of line up where it should go on my card panel. So here I've got an A2 card panel. It measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's from Nina Classic Crest, Solar White. Add some glue behind there and center that directly in the middle of the card. And then I'm going to put the border down first, line that up, super cute, and then line up the bunny mug. And just slightly press that down. And now here's where I'll go back and I'm going to add some glue behind everything that is sitting on the front of the panel. And on the little happy birthday sign, I realize that the left side needs a foam square. So I'll kind of peel that off, and it was sticking to my fingers, but then it wouldn't stick to the embellishment wand, so I just carefully peeled up the sign a little bit and put the foam tape behind it. Oh, and here's where I'm going to add the bow. So I add this cute little bow to her ear. And then I have the eggs. So I have 3 eggs, 3 large eggs, 4 large eggs cut from pattern paper. There's like a rainbow one, a pink one with hearts, a checkered pattern one, and then a green polka dot one. And then the little ones, I have 2 little ones, one little pink polka dot and one little yellow that matches the background pattern paper. So I end up putting three eggs on the front, and then my 3 flowers on the front too. So the flowers are going to go here in the bottom right corner of the mug. And then those eggs I'm going to put here on the bottom left corner of the frame. And I'm just putting foam tape on the back of those where they're going to need the foam tape. And then where they touch the frame and where they touch the mug, I'm just putting some glue. Super cute. Now I'm just going to add a few embellishments and this card will be finished. So for the embellishments, I pulled out my little heart wheel, my little clay heart wheel, and it has a whole bunch of colors in it. Red, orange, yellow, like a minty green, purple, pink, and I'll set those aside for embellishing the front of the card. Here I've got a Simon Says stamp top folding card base. I think they come in a pack of 10, and they're really nice because they're already cut and scored, so you don't have to worry about human error when you're cutting your cardstock. It's already done for you. So on the inside of the card, from that same Simon Says stamp, Happy Days Ahead set, I'm going to stamp, "You are some bunny special to me." I stamped that in VersaFine Onyx Black, so it's going to take just a little bit to dry. So we'll set that aside to dry for a minute. And while we're waiting for that to dry, here I have a Simon Says stamp A2 envelope, and I'm going to take a couple of bunnies and a cute little heart and stamp that on the bottom left of the envelope. And I'm going to use the flannel ink again. Very subtle, but very cute. So I can't let those cute little pattern paper eggs go to waste. So I'll glue them down on the bottom right here. Cute little green one and a pink one. And then a pink polka dot one. So then on the back of my card panel, I'm going to add some tape. This is the Altenew 1/2 inch double-sided tape. It's my new favorite. You get a pretty big roll, and the back is so easy to peel off. And it's ultra sticky, very sticky. So it's perfect for putting your card panels onto your card bases with. So here I'll use my tweezers and peel the backers off. You can see how easily they come up. Take my card base, and this should fit directly on the card base. It'll fill the whole card base. Perfect. So now I'm going to take my Jelly Roll pen and add a couple of highlights. So I'm going to add highlights to the carrot on the outside there, and then some on the coffee in the mug, and then on the eggs at the bottom. And I'll add some highlights to the sign, and then to pretty much most of the leaves on the carrots. Not all of them, but almost all of them. Just be careful not to drag your hand through this. It does stay wet for a little bit, so you can smear it. I'm going to take glossy accents now and add it to the center of the bow and to the bunny's nose. Here's my little clay wheel. I'm going to play around with where I should put the heart. At first I thought maybe in the center of the flower, and then I end up on the sign. And then the yellow color, it blends in with the background a little too much, but there's this cute light orange color that I thought really helped accent the carrots, and it sort of matches that orange stripe on the pattern paper too, so I thought that was perfect. And then I'm going to take Pretty Pink Posh Pearl in Sunshine. I'm going to use the medium-sized pearl and put that in the flower center. I had a hard time finding the medium-sized pearl. They were all really big at the top. There we go. So there's the envelope and the finished card. I think it turned out super cute. This is a super fun set to play with, and I can't play with it some more. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you soon.